Hello, today we will see fetal circulation. Fetal circulation is the circulation which is happening in the baby present in the uterus. Before going to fetal circulation, I will roughly explain the normal circulation or the physiology of heart, because I have already uploaded a brief video regarding anatomy and physiology of heart. So if you did not see that, please watch the video. Normally, in adults, the superior and inferior vena cava collects the deoxygenated blood and enters into right atrium. When right atrium contracts, the blood goes into right ventricle, and the right ventricle contracts. It enters into the pulmonary artery. Here we have right and left branches of pulmonary artery, and it enters into the lungs, where in lungs the purification or the oxygenation is going on, and from the lungs these pulmonary veins collects the oxygenated blood and enters into the left atrium. From left atrium, the blood enters into left ventricle, and when left ventricle contracts, it enters into the aorta. Through aorta, the oxygenated blood goes all around the body. So this is the normal circulation happening in the human body. Now let us see what is happening in fetal circulation. The fetal circulation is different from the normal circulation. For this circulation, there are three shunts are required. The first one is ductus venosus, here ductus arteriosus, and foramen ovale. So the fetal circulation starts from the placenta. This is the placenta. From the mother's body through the placenta, 80% of oxygenated blood enters into the fetus body through the umbilical vein. We have one umbilical vein here. The umbilical vein enters into the liver and supply a small amount of blood to the liver and collect some amount of deoxygenated blood from the portal vein. Now it is mixed with some amount of deoxygenated blood here, and also it enters into the inferior vena cava through a shunt here, which is called as ductus venosus. So through our veins, so that it is called as ductus venosus. So through ductus venosus, this blood enters into the inferior vena cava. Here we have another shunt which is called as foramen ovale, which present in the cardiac septum of two atria. So from the IVC, normally the blood enters into right atrium, and when right atrium contracts, it enters into the right ventricle. Now here what happens, from the IVC, due to the pressure difference, this blood from the IVC, this blood enters into the left atrium through this foramen ovale. Here 75% of the blood which enters into the left atrium through this foramen ovale. Now we know that superior vena cava situated here, which collects all the impure blood from the upper part of the body and enters into the right atrium. So the remaining amount of blood enters into the right ventricle. Now from the right ventricle, the blood enters into the pulmonary artery, and from the left ventricle, blood enters into the aorta. Now here we know that fetal lungs are not working, so there is no need of blood to go there as like adult. So what happens here now? A little amount of blood enters into the lungs for the development of lungs, and most of the blood enters into aorta through a shunt here, which is called as ductus arteriosus. Here one more thing, that from the lungs there is deoxygenated blood which is coming into the left atrium. Finally, the aorta supplies around 60% of the blood all around the body through its branches, and the remaining blood enters back to the placenta through the umbilical artery. So we have two umbilical artery here. It is called as fetal circulation. Now what happens to these shunts after the birth? So soon after the birth, we will cut the umbilical cords. So there is no more blood supply to the placenta or from the placenta. And also there are prostaglandins which are present in the placenta and which help the patency of these shunts. So when we are cutting this prostaglandin supply and also the blood supply stops to the baby from the placenta. Due to the pressure difference and the prostaglandin deficiency, these shunts are getting closed. I hope you understand this video. If you like the video, please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel. And please don't forget to press the bell button. Thank you.